Today's review of newspaper headlines. Exclusively on Soul 101.9 FM.
Good morning, Nigerians, and a very warm welcome to you to SOPI 101.9 FM Illinois. You are still listening to the station that exudes excellence all time, all day, and it's Thursday, the 30th of April 2026. Is the last day in the month of April, and we welcome you to today's review of newspaper headlines and editorials plus analysis. Stay tuned and ensure that you do not miss any part of the program as we take you through the journey of headlines and stories and trading issues and in all the media platforms in Nigeria and beyond Nigeria. My name is Mam Afolabi. I'm very glad to be on the program with you this morning, and I have my crew with me, starting with Madam Ayobola Ayinla Ali. Good morning, Ayobola.
Well, good morning to you, Miriam.
With the bling bling, with the bling bling this morning.
If we are seeing the electricity distribution that they are not bringing light,
So
at least
bring
I can bring light.
light. Bring your own light.
Yes.
I like that. I like that.
All right, good morning.
You're welcome. And our Thursday analyst, Mr. Tajuddin Abi. Good morning. You're welcome. Or comrade, as Ayobola would call it, comrade Tajuddin Abi.
Good morning, guys.
All right, you're welcome.
To be a part of the program this show, you can call us on 091242211019, 091242211019, or 0051899241. You can also Facebook page at Sobi 101.9 FM, and our YouTube channel is Sobi 101_9 FM. Alright, let's dive in straight to the stories. There was a video that has been trending since like a few days ago, talking about a Nigerian that was shot by Nigerian, one of the Nigerian police. I think it was in Abuja, and allegedly it was Delta. Thank you. There was one in Abuja. I want us to look at those two stories. That one was the military. One of the Delta State was Nigerian police, and there's now a development on that particular story because people have been calling for prosecution. Nigerians are hungry, but this one says IGP approves dismissal prosecution of officers over killing of suspect in Delta. It says to the Inspector General of Police IGP has approved the recommendation of the Force Disciplinary Committee FDC for dismissal and prosecution of Nuhu Usman, an assistant superintendent of police, and other officers over the killing of the suspects in Efron, Delta State. Now, comrade, I'm sure you must have been following this story. Now, I also want us to talk about what the one I was talking about, the one in Abuja, what happened in Abuja, that someone, I think it was a coming back, I think it was killed.
Yeah, it was a
coming back. It was killed by
military personnel.
A military personnel, and the story told us that he was in his house. There were different stories to it. That there was a statement that the military that they heard, they got an intel about some, I think maybe bandits or terrorists go there and claiming, but at the end of the day, the person that was killed,
mistaken identity.
He was a mistaken identity. So we've been talking about insecurity. Nigerians have been calling for intensified, efforts by the military men and just security officials generally. But what happens when suffering this wrong are the civilians that are meant to be protected?
It's very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. And we have been discussing some of these issues over time. Our military personnel, our security personnel, so to say, needs to be more professional. There are times in this country wherein if people are coming from traveling in the midnight and they saw a police officer, they have that assurance that they are protected. Today, such is not the case, and this has been the situation with us that leads to this lack of trust between the citizen and some of the security personnel. Today, you have a situation wherein the citizens are even ready to take on some of these security personnel. We know exactly what happened during SARS. We have a kind of carnival situation in Ibadan wherein people actually kill a police officer because of the anger that has come with it. I do hope that, like we've been calling for years, that there will be a kind of sincere reform of the Nigerian police, especially. We know that the military are not actually they didn't have that responsibility to deal with internet. It is because of lack of what I would call that capacity by the policing. That's why you see the military intervening in some of these situations. That's why you have that kind of situation you have in Abuja. But if the police, Nigerian police, are actually up to the task, if they are given the necessary support, and if they undergo a kind of reform that will put them in a good light, I do believe that they have one of the best training and capacity to really deliver on some of these internal security that Nigerians are facing. But it's unfortunate that when you see them today, you get more scared than even seeing the criminal. That's too bad.
So people, when the story came out, different reaction. I saw someone that was of the opinion that this is one of the reasons why we need state policing. Talking about the fact that when we have people who are our own, who understand the terrain, who understand our language, because as it is now, if you're following trends of social media, there's tribalism, religious bigotry, and all that. And when issues like this happen, people would want to identify the individuals involved. Now, someone said that if we add state policing, it would be easy for you as an individual that belongs to a state that belongs to be able to understand the terrain better. So I want you to relate this to what actually happened, especially one of those.
I don't think that's a solution actually, because within the state, across Nigeria, you still have that kind of situation where people discriminate among themselves. You want to see somebody you have a situation, I'm sorry to put that in the media here, but you have a situation where in between of a relay there is no love lost. You have a situation where even among the Southeast people, the Abakaliki people will be saying he or she is from Enugu and we don't want him in our state. That's not actually the kind of solution that Nigerians have. Like I said, the most important solution to this is to have a sincere reform of these security apparatus. Yes, state policing is long overdue because of the kind of security challenges that we're facing. Okay, so understanding the terrain, the state policing come into play in that aspect. We have people who are actually the resident of that community. They understand the demography. They understand the land. Yes, so they will be able to, irrespective of who is coming in from anywhere, they will be able to challenge those people and be able to deal with some of these challenges that we're facing. But when it comes to conduct, professionalism, it is not an attribute of a particular tribe. You have seen a whole lot of, in fact, I think some of these Nigerian police posting has to do with their tribe, even though you will discover that majority of the police in Kwara here are people who are speaking the language that the Kwarans understand, Yoruba language. You go to other states like that, you have such situation. Yes, you might have some people from outside the state as part of that is the national coverage, but the truth is 70-80% of the Nigerian police that here speaks Yoruba, understands the language that people here speak. So why do we still have some of these issues that we're having? It is not about, that's why it is not about the language that we speak. It's not about religion. It's about the professional conduct of this institution. You discover that these days, people who are the tech guys who are around with their spectacles that can actually cover some of these harassment from the Nigerian police. And when you look at the conversation, you discover that the people they are relating with are actually people who are of the same language with them, who are of the same, especially sometimes who are of the same religion with them. So it's not about those factors. It's about the professional conduct of the Nigerian police, and that's exactly the reason why I said there is that need for us to have a reform of that institution to be able to put it in good light.
All right, let's go for this. Before we come back, we'll continue.
True strength. What defines it? The brilliance of a player, or when a team comes together to win. A solo beat, or the rhythm of many. The flair of one dancer, or the art of a troupe. One distinct voice, or the beauty of the symphony. At FCMB Group, we build ecosystems, empower communities, and create the future. Because we believe it's not just one, but the power of the group that delivers the future we all desire. FCMB, the power of the group.
Oh yeah, jẹ́ fún ẹgbọ́n ọ̀ṣẹ́ àbùfọ̀ Good Mama tuntun ló mú ìmọ́lẹ̀ ẹsẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ wá pẹ̀lú ìgbélárugẹ òórùn dídùn fún ìsọdọ̀tun sí i. Gbogbo èyí ló wà nínú ìdí tuntun tí a ṣe fún ìgbélékè rẹ̀ dánwò lónìí. Good Mama, the wind is far. Good Mama, my fabric is smelling fresh. Good Mama, express cleaning. Good Mama, my laundry is on to smile. Ó ní ìdí tó fi jẹ́ Good Mama, mímọ́ tún ní lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀, ìsọdọ̀tun sí i.
It's not like evolution. I like going home, see the vibe so fresh. Just talk to your phone, money move, no stress. Banking on deck, we dey run things clean. Tap and pay, one touch, you dey leave that drain. Uptime steady, we dey show up on time. Real time check, every day in our life. From the old to the new, we dey set that pace. I laugh for the win, we dey run this race. This not a lot evolution. Every future solution. Tap and pay. Real time check. Voice where you use. Always online. Join the way. Feel the revolution. I like evolution. I like evolution.
Yabba shakata wajen more kira da naira 100 ka salamu kuɗin ka sai MTN da kuna samun matsala wurin kira dan ba ku da kati to sauki ya samu in ka sa naira 100 zaka samu naira 400 a layin MTN domin shiga tsarin ku sa naira 100 sannan ku danna tauraro 889 hash za ku iya amfani da shi cikin kwana daya. Shakata da tsarin MTN Plus don more kira sharuɗa da ka'idoji sun shafi wannan.
I'm in love. Sonia tomato sachet. Yes, it's true. I love Sonia tomato sachet. The color is so red, so thick, so tasty. When I use it for my stew, jollof or spaghetti, the color shines brighter and food becomes tastier. Sonia tomato sachet makes meals delicious.
Yes, so this is Jolly Johnny on the streets. How well do you know Maggi chicken flavor? Oh yeah, spell celery. S-E-L-A-R-I-E. Celery. Bros, you want turn to salary? Okay, spell turmeric.
Turmeric.
Yes, so
Turmeric.
correct. One carton of Maggi chicken flavor for you. Maggi chicken flavor with onions, celery, and turmeric. My game changer.
So, my pregnant wife, Eniola, had her cravings and nothing satisfied her. My neighbor, Mama Amaka, despite our tension, saved the day with amala and abula made with Mr. Chef chicken, all-purpose, and tomato masala cubes. With Mr. Chef, she's my hero.
Savor the taste of culture with a crush of Mr. Chef's seasoning cubes. Available in beef, chicken, and crayfish seasoning cubes. Mr. Chef, taste home, taste culture.
Nàìjíríà ń kojú ìṣòro irú kejì àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn rọmọlápá-rọmọlẹ́sẹ̀ pólíò yìí tí wọ́n pè ní nítorí àti wá borí ìṣòro yìí ló mú ibùdó àpapọ̀ tó ń rí sọ̀rọ̀ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ pàjáwìrì àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn pólíò jẹ́ àjọṣepọ̀ láàrin ìjọba àti àwọn alájọṣe máa gbégbèsè àti dènà rẹ̀ láti pàṣẹ ètò abẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára lóòrèkóòrè tí oṣù karùn-ún ọdún yìí ló máa wáyé láàrin ọjọ́ sátidé ọjọ́ kejì sọ́jọ́ ìṣẹ́gun ọjọ́ karùn-ún oṣù karùn-ún 2026 yíká gbogbo ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rìndínlógún ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara. Ètò yìí wà fún àwọn èwe wẹrẹ tí ò tí ì ọdún márùn-ún. Omi abẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára pólíò méjì ni wọ́n mọ kán sáwọn ọmọ yìí lẹ́nu láì nà ní bóyá wọ́n ti gbarú ẹ̀rí lójú náà àti jẹ́ kí wọ́n lè lókun lára láti kojú àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn pólíò. Nítorí náà èyí ìyá àti bàbá lọ́mọ lórí wọn tọ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera àtàwọn tó bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀ tí ó mọ̀ sí àbẹ̀wò sẹ́nu ọ̀nà wa lásìkò ìpolongo ìfúnni lábẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára yìí fáwọn ìwé wẹrẹ wa kí wọ́n lè bá rí abẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára náà gbà ọ̀fẹ́ ni kò béwudé kì í sì pọ̀jù fàlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ẹ pè nọ́mbà yìí tí kì í jáni lówó 08160966735 tàbí 08000066111. Àjọ ìlera alábọ́dé ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn látọ̀dọ̀ àjọ UNICEF lolùkéde.
Today's review of newspaper headlines and editorials. First, with the news.
Thank you for changing today's review of newspaper headlines and editorials plus analysis. before we went for that break, we've been talking about insecurity, and I think we have a lot of dimensions and layers. Well, you have another one, burden on security story this morning.
Yeah, well, this is from Punch newspaper, and this is on Plateau State. Tinubu vows crackdown on killers, and then approves 2 billion naira relief. Now, you see, we have some kidnappers already demanding in billions as well. So, the federal government or vis-a-vis the state governments, are we sure they are releasing enough funds to fight this insecurity?
In relation to what we were discussing before the break, as it has to do with ensuring that the people that will be governing or policing a particular jurisdiction should be from that area, I think this just situation speaks to that. A majority of the people that have been arrested as kidnappers from Jos that has been causing problem and relating it to religious or tribal crisis has been indigenous of those areas. So far, so good. The people that have been arrested have been indigenous of those areas that speaks the same language and then have the same religion with the people they are killing, and then disguising themselves as Fulani S-man, calling about when they kill people so that the people can say, it is the Fulani S-man. Meanwhile, they are a resident of those areas. So, like I said, it's not about the tribe. Criminals does not have tribe. They didn't have religion. They only have that criminal mindset to actually inflict violence, crisis, chaos on the people that they want to do that. So about funding the fight against insecurity, I think the country has spent a whole lot of money on insecurity that some CSOs and NGOs have been calling for stoppage to those funding as well, because they felt some people are exploiting that opportunity of funding to actually enrich themselves and continue to fuel the insecurity, whether through the financial support or even the statements that they are making.
So the problem is not the funding, is how it's being discussed.
Yes, exactly the point. The problem has never been the funding. I remember even the former president of the country, President Muhammadu Buhari, borrowed about $2.1 million to buy some equipment for the Nigerian military before he left, and a whole lot of borrowing that is channeled towards funding the insecurity and buying equipment for the military. So a lot of people believe this funding is one of the factors that is fueling this crisis, because people understand that there is funding in this area, and if that does not continue, then they will stop the funding. So they need the funding to continue, and they need the crisis to continue. So it's not about funding, it's about our sincerity of purpose. It's about the leadership, purposeful leadership that will ensure that even if we are funding this thing, we are funding it to actually get the result. Like I said a few weeks ago, when the country is talking about the American interest in the country in fighting it, there is the economic aspect of it. America wanted to sell their own equipment too, the war equipment, and then you have crisis. It is easy for them to continue to fuel the crisis. We've seen a whole lot of conspiracy theories across the world. So it is not about funding, it is about our sincerity to actually fight this menace standstill, and I hope that the government and the security apparatus will understand this.
I'm glad you talk about America, because now there's a story that says US lawmaker faults Tinubu over security aid compliance, urges funding review. So that's Riley Moore has criticized the administration of President Bola Tinubu over what he described as a failure to meet conditions attached to US security assistance to Nigeria. So with what you just said right
so you could see, you can actually see from that perspective what are the conditions. If you said that a country is having a problem and you want to help them, you need to give them conditions that will be difficult for them to actually abide with. The US does not have any other interest apart from the United States interest. That's the truth. Their interest is not about solving the insecurity in Nigeria. Their interest is about ensuring that they have the economic stability by selling some of those equipment that they are producing to the country. Whether we are able to end the insecurity in time or we are not able to end it, what matters to them is that they want to give you something and they want to collect money from you. So I hope that the country will review, like I used to say, solving Nigerian insecurity problem does not require an outsider to come and help us. Within ourselves, we can solve our own problem if we are sincere about solving it. All we just need is to bring ourselves together, the security apparatus, the leadership of the country, the citizens of those affected areas, the stakeholders from those affected areas come together, devise a means, and then you'll be able to challenge some of these menaces.
Okay.
All right,
Ivy, can we read this particular story talking about how we uncovered plots to overthrow Tinubu? You have it right.
Well, I was about to, having reading a subsequent
follow up to that question. Okay, before we move.
Yes,
away.
because he was talking about the U.S. and whatever interference they're running. Now here we have article U.S. lobby firm wants Tinubu, that's the president, and seeks sanction on insecurity and elections. Now I would want to ask you that you said, well, United States is not interested in any other person but United States. So for this headline, and subsequently, initially, we had reports that even the president or United States said they were reacting initially to some reports that were sent to them earlier on by the president of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and this here is coming from an article. So if you say that interests of Americans are just for Americans, what are the interests of these people, from Nigerians that are feeding the United States with this information on insecurity or thereabout?
You see, when you speak about Nigeria, sometimes you get so tired and sad about the development of the country, especially as it is coming from those who have been benefiting from the country, like these politicians, people who have been given mandate by the citizens to actually ensure that they put the country where it's supposed to be among the Committee of States. Atiku Abubakar, former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, former Governor, former Senator, the current INEC Chairman, a barrister, a professor who has been benefiting from the development of the country. Yes, all of them contributed to the image of the country outside there just because they want to have power, just because they have interest in becoming or not becoming something in the country. And they felt the external interference, putting pressure on people that are the arms of affairs at that particular period of time, will give them a leverage and will give them some kind of authority from the international body to be able to get exactly what they want to get. They forgot to understand that there will be some consequences for some of this situation. Like you have just mentioned, United States reacting to some of the reports sent by the incumbent president, who at that point doesn't actually have it in mind or does not think he will become a president one day, and such reports can be used against him. So I hope that patriotism at this point will come to play for everything. It's a lesson actually. The president is now there. He is facing pressure as a result of some of the things that he has done in the past. And a lot of people are putting pressure on him too right now, just because they felt that they needed those leverages. It is not because they felt the United States of America lost Nigeria. It is because they felt that would give them a leverage to actually put on the incumbent government.
Okay, we still have another one, but we'll go for this break. When we come back, let me talk about this one. But the one I was mentioning earlier was, still talking about insecurity, and it says how we uncovered plots to overthrow Tinubu and court. So, but the following writer insists ex-governor Sylvia was involved. So we're talking about insecurity generally, and now if we have this one that is about governance, talking about overthrow, talking about coup, planning a coup, even though he was squashed. I want us to discuss how this might actually affect the government, and if this is not another distraction, as against the election that we are preparing for. So let's go for this commercial. Before we come back, we'll discuss that another headline that we have this morning. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hafiz Oyetoro, aka Saka, that's my name, and I'm paying small with CDK at normal market price. No cheating, no extra charges, no admin charges, commission charges, no everything charges at 0%. This say anything when you buy for your house, you buy radio face muscle, you buy iron face muscle, you buy fridge face muscle, you buy generator face muscle. The sweetest part is that the delivery will happen halfway through your payment. Now your village people, they pursue you. Download CDK app now on your phone's Play Store or App Store. Stephanie Lanko.
Màá get back sí ọ̀dọ̀ tó mi gan wà lórí fún mi. Àwọn voice note yẹn gùn o 8 minutes 10 minutes aláìpẹ́ ó pọ̀ gan-an kò tó wá jẹ ọ̀kan tó fún láti jókòó dáadáa tó gbọ́. Ìwádìí mẹ́rin. Mo sọ fún wa pé olú ò sí ní ìlọrin mi ní send voice note fún mọ́mọ́.
Get all 12-hour protection. Support Skin Natural Germ Fighters for up to 12 hours.
4 minutes, 7 minutes.
For up to 100
ṣé ọ̀rẹ́ máa rò pé ṣé máa fi ìpè tó máa kàn sí jókòó sí
100% sure.
iwájú kí ni èèyàn kan máa. That's about almost 20. Ṣé àmà mi gbọ́ àwọn èèyàn mọ voice note tó. Voice note doesn't mean you have to go to any length. It's too long to me. Tí láyé ìjókòó àti.
Kusa naira 100 sannan tauraro 8 tara hash za ku iya amfani da cikin kwana daya a shakata da tsarin MTN G's Plus da more kira sharuɗa da ka'idoji sun shafi wannan.
I'm in love. Sonia tomato sachet. Yes, it's true. I love Sonia tomato sachet. The color is so red, so tasty. When I use it for my stew, jollof or spaghetti, the color shines brighter and food becomes tastier. Sonia tomato sachet makes meals delicious.
Yes, so this is Jolly Johnny on the streets. How well do you know Maggi chicken flavor? Oh yeah, spell celery.
S-E-L-A-I-E. Celery.
Bros, you want turn to salary? Okay, spell turmeric.
Turmeric.
Yes, so
Turmeric.
correct. 1 carton of Maggi chicken flavor for you. Maggi chicken flavor with onions, celery, and turmeric. My game changer.
ìtẹ̀ méjì omi òróǹbó lẹ́mọ̀nì ṣíbí èdùkọ̀ àti iyọ̀.
Kí ló ń pò pọ̀? Kí ló dé tí èédú ṣe kún gbogbo ilé báyìí?
àpòpọ̀ tí mo fi ń fọ eyín mi ni dàbí ẹ.
Gbàgbé àpòpọ̀ yìí, Pepsodent Natural Charcoal Whitening Toothpaste tuntun ni ó. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, jẹ́ kí eyín rẹ funfun lọ́nà àdáyébá pẹ̀lú ohun ìfọyín Pepsodent Natural Charcoal Whitening Toothpaste tuntun. A ṣe pẹ̀lú eérú àdáyébá tí ó ń jẹ́ kí eyín rẹ funfun àti òróǹbó lẹ́mọ́nì tí ó ń fọ eyín rẹ jinlẹ̀. Pepsodent Charcoal, eérú àdáyébá, eyín funfun dáadáa.
Abdulrazak Abubakar Toyin University AATU, a degree awarding private university fully accredited by the National Universities Commission, a private university with global standard, strategically located in the heart of the town for security-wise. Facilities include smart classroom for learning, solar and inverter system, Wi-Fi connection, cafeteria, sport arena, school clinic, and suite hostel accommodation, well-grounded academic and non-academic staff. Above all, tuition fee is affordable. Intended students, what are you waiting for? Hurry now and choose AAT University as your first choice at the JAMB portal and get your admission without further delay. For more enquiries, kindly log on to www.aatu.edu.ng or call 0816 839 8395 or 0901 9791 412. AAT University is located at Okeogba, Kwara State, a private, not-for-profit university for global citizenship.
Today's review of newspaper headlines and editorials. First, with the news.
Okay, let's go. Studio time is 9 a.m. and you're listening to Sobio 101.9 FM. Today's review of newspaper headlines and editorials is analysis, the Thursday edition, the last edition of the month, as it's the 3rd of April 2026, with Mariam Afolabi, Ayobola Ayinla Aliyu, and Ritajuddin Abib. And we are still on insecurity, as it seems like a topic we definitely can't just exhaust like that. We have another one that says how we uncover to overthrow Tinubu. Army tells court in 6th ex-governor Sylvia was involved. It says the Nigerian Army on Wednesday confirmed before the Federal High Court in Abuja that there was indeed a plot to overthrow the administration of President Bola Tinubu through a coup d'etat. A soldier from the Nigerian Army Corps of Military Police, whose identity was in order of the court, mounted the witness box and testified against the 6th alleged mastermind of the alleged coup plot. So let's just have your reaction generally to this.
coup in Nigeria, that's going to be a tall dream. But yes, we've gotten the news I think about 4 or 5 months ago about the possibility of a coup d'etat in the country.
Okay.
And yes, kudos to the Nigerian security apparatus for the intelligence and making it before it escalated into something that we've seen exactly the situation in other countries, African countries that has witnessed coup in recent time. It is not palatable. And I want to say that irrespective of whatever the challenges are with democracy, according to the historical records of what the military administrations represent, I think our democracy is still better. And I hope that our leaders will sit tight as well, actually deliver the dividend of democracy to the people, so that some of these complaints, some of these people are gathering in the country will not be the order of the day again. It's actually pathetic that after 20-something years of returning to democracy, some people are still not showing thoughts of running the government. I hope that we don't have such challenges again. I hope that our leaders will sit tight and ensure that they do the right thing for the country.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on to another one here that says from Punch that petrol nears 1,400 naira per liter as Dangote hikes his own prices as well. Now, just that some few weeks ago, we actually took another headline that did say that Nigeria earns up to trillions back here from crude oil. And I don't know whether my own mathematics is not that good. I don't know why, but when it seems that we are earning from crude oil, the higher the price of liter of petrol.
Yes, definitely. It is economically and globally the situation of what will happen when the crude oil price, because it's a global commodity.
For what we are earning, earning higher.
The reason why we are earning higher is exactly what I want to explain. Crude is a global commodity where the prices is determined by the international petroleum.
Okay.
What do you call it? What do you call it?
Talking about OPEC.
OPEC. Yes, OPEC. Determines exactly how much a crude is going for. Yes, Organization of Petroleum
Exporting countries.
Yeah. So this OPEC determines exactly how much you're selling your crude oil, and it is a global pricing. It is not peculiar to Nigeria. So as far as the prices of this crude is going higher in the global market, Nigeria continues to earn higher. But the implication is that this cost is affecting the end product of the crude, because crude is just a natural resource that you extract from the ground. Then you have byproduct as a result of the refining of these natural resources. You have the PMS, you have the diesel, you have the kerosene, you have some other things that is getting out of that crude. So this determines exactly the price as well, because the price is higher, then the end product prices will be higher. So that's exactly the reason why we're having high prices in terms of petrol in the country. And that is not exempted because Nigeria is part of OPEC. So automatically, whatever that happens at the organization level will affect Nigeria as well. So, but this morning, as I was coming here, I saw the new prices on the plate as well, and I put up a small post on the social media saying that I think at this rate, the country needs to reintroduce subsidy temporarily.
Because if they're earning that much, what sugar are they giving to us?
Because that's the only way I think the government can actually provide a kind of support for the masses. Because at this point, considering the economic situation of the country, going higher again will affect the entire masses. And I don't think the government wants to have the right of the people at this point, especially when the election is coming here. So I hope that the government will look for it. It's because we do not have some of these shock absorber. We do not have like if you have a good transportation system in the country, if you have a standard transportation, say the rail is working, the government can actually come in through those areas. Say we have a good road wherein the government can give buses to the people for commuting. But unfortunately, we do not have some of these social observers. So the only thing I can think of at that point is for the government to reintroduce the subsidy temporarily, and when the prices are stable again in the global market, then they can remove it back.
Right, you made mention of election, and this brings us to the story that says 2027 ADC to appeal ruling blocking INEC recognition of congresses. The national chairman of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, Senator David Mark, has said the party will appeal a federal high court ruling barring the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, from recognizing its state congresses, insisting it will still be on the ballot for the election in 2027 despite ongoing legal battles. Let's stop here. Election is right around the corner, and this battle with INEC and ADC, ADC being one of the opposition parties that, Nigerians are, probably putting their mind to, to balance the whole thing during the election, and we're having these issues with INEC, and it doesn't seem to stop anytime soon. What's your reaction to this?
ADC, when you said ADC national chairman, I think you're having a kind of conflict.
According to this story. According to this story.
We actually have another person claiming to be the chairman, and he seems to have that recognition, even on the media, as the authentic chairman because of the court pronouncement. But unfortunately, like I said here about 3 weeks ago, the ADC seems to be getting themselves confused. As the major opposition, so to say, currently in the country because of the situation of the People's Democratic Party, it is expected that ADC, when this problem arises, will go back to the drawing board to ensure that they put their own house in order so that they can have a common front to the election. Unfortunately, that wasn't the situation. They are looking at it from the direction that it is the incumbent government, so to say, the ruling party, that is giving them problem. As such, they have to be stubborn about it. But legal issue does not require stubbornness. You have to follow the legal process, the right process, to be able to have the outcome that you actually wanted. The INEC was not present when you are doing your own convention. How do you want INEC to recognize such convention? It is not done anywhere. It is stipulated according to the Electoral Act that when you are doing such convention, INEC should be there as an observer. Is INEC there when you are doing that convention? The answer is no. How do you want them to recognize you? So I hope that before the time goes that they will not have any other option than to be out of the ballot, the ADC will go back to the drawing board like I advised them 3 weeks ago, sit down with the people, they are good people in the party, whatever it is required, sit down with them, sort it out, and ensure that you go into that election in unity. Otherwise, we will continue to have some of this situation and we will not have agree.
And this might be unfortunate because we have a lot of big wigs in the party.
Of course,
and
yes.
It's supposed to play to the advantage.
That's exactly what I'm saying. We have veterans, people who are the Nigerian democratic system since its inception. So why are we having this kind of? You should understand, and that's where I am confused, because I expect them to understand the situation of things, even if you are claiming that it is the ruling party problem. You have been part of the ruling party before. You should have a means to actually solve some of this problem rather than complicating it. Because I see them complicating their own issue against solving the problem that they have. You have the former vice as part of this ADC. You have former Senate presidents. You have several ex-governors who are part of this movement. So why are we stuck in this position? So I hope that they will find solution and ensure that they give Nigerians, because very important for our democracy, give Nigerians the option to be able to choose from two better options.
Let's go for this break. We'll be right back.
Oya jẹ́ fún ẹgbọ́n ọ̀ṣẹ́ àbùfọ̀ Good Mama tuntun ló mú ìmọ́tóní ẹsẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìgbélárugẹ òórùn dídùn fún ìsọdọ̀tun sí i. Gbogbo èyí ló wà nínú ìdí tuntun tí a ṣe fún ìgbélékè rẹ̀ dánwò lónìí. Good Mama, the washing is fast. Good Mama, my fabric is barely fresh. Good Mama, express cleaning. Good Mama, my laundry is on to smile. Ó ní ìdí tó fi jẹ́ Good Mama, mímọ́ tóní lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀, ìsọdọ̀tun sí i.
This now I like the evolution. I like going go, see the vibe so fresh. Just off your phone, money move, no stress. Voice banking on deck, we dey run things clean. Tap and pay, watch, you dey leave that drain. Uptime steady, we dey show up on time. Real time check, every day in a line. From the old to the new, we dey set that pace. I laugh for the win, we dey run this race. This not a lot evolution. Every feature solution. Tap and pay. Real time check. Voice where you use. Always online. Join the way. Feel the revolution. I like evolution.
more kira da naira 100 ka salamu kuɗin ka sai MTN da ku samu matsala wurin kira dan ba ku da kati to sauki ya samu in ka naira 100 sai ka samu naira 400 a layin MTN domin shiga tsari ku sa naira 100 sannan ku danna tauraro 889 hash za ku iya amfani da shi cikin kwana daya a shakata da tsarin MTN Plus don more kira sharuɗa da ka'idoji sun shafi wannan.
Yeah, so this is Jolly Johnny on the streets. How well do you know Maggi chicken flavor? Oh yeah, spell celery.
Celery. Celery.
Bro, you want to sorry? Okay, spell turmeric.
Turmeric.
Yes, so
Turmeric.
correct. One carton of Maggi chicken flavor for you. Maggi chicken flavor with onions, celery, and turmeric. My game changer.
I found something inside my Nescafe Original 3-in-1 pack the other day. A unique code printed inside.
Yes, so every pack of Nescafe Original 3-in-1 now comes with a code inside in the Nescafe Next Level promo. Just text the code to *7022# and you could training up to 1 million naira in prizes to be won. Promo runs until June 30th, 2026. T's and C's apply. Nescafe, make your world.
ìtẹ̀ méjì omi òróǹbó lẹ́mọ̀nì ṣíbí èédú kan àti iyọ̀.
kí ló ń pòpọ̀ kí ló dé tí èédú ṣe kún gbogbo ilé báyìí.
àpòpọ̀ tí mo fi ń fọ eyín mi ni o mo fẹ́ dàbí ẹ.
gbàgbé àpòpọ̀ yìí Pepsodent natural charcoal whitening toothpaste tuntun ni ó lò. bẹ́ẹ̀ni jẹ́ kí eyín rẹ funfun lọ́nà àdáyébá pẹ̀lú ohun ìfọyín Pepsodent natural charcoal whitening toothpaste tuntun a ṣe pẹ̀lú eérú àdáyébá tí ó ń jẹ́ kí eyín rẹ funfun àti omi òróǹbó lẹ́mọ́nì tí ó ń fọ eyín rẹ jinlẹ̀. Pepsodent charcoal eérú àdáyébá eyín funfun dáadáa.
Today's review of newspaper headlines and editorials. News.
Today's review of newspaper headlines and editorials. You're welcome to the last lap of the show and the last edition of the month. Okay, you can call us on 091242 019 0912421019 or 0805992412 to be a part of the program. Tell us what made the headlines for you this morning, and any contribution that you might have. And also check live on Facebook at Sobi101.9 FM and our YouTube channel Sobi 101_9 FM. So, Ibola, as we are expecting our calls, let's see what other headlines we have this morning.
So we have this from Guardian, and this is that ICPC files charges against El-Rufai and others over 10 billion CCTV project, 7.8 billion to be precise.
That particular project.
Yes, exactly. So now I want to ask that.
Sorry, before you ask, let's see if we can get this girl. Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from, please. Hello, good morning. All right, I better continue.
All right, so I want to ask that, him being a governor of Kaduna State, when these governors come and go, people, whenever anything like probes or, any investigation happens, to start to think it's probably politically motivated. Now, do you venture, we don't know what will happen, but should there be a policy that every, not as opposed to any way they can, but every governor that leaves the seat should definitely be getting a kind of probe every time, compulsorily after they leave government? Do you think that was
when it comes to corruption cases, I don't want to be emotional.
Yes,
it is a legal process. You said you are corrupt, okay? Even though our legal system provides that he who asserts must prove.
Yes.
So it is definitely the onus lies on the government who have alleged you that corrupt to prove it. Yours is just to defend yourself that I am not. So when it comes to corruption cases, especially as it comes to government appointees, elected officials, I don't like being emotional, because when you tend to be emotional about it, you tend to forget some certain things. That in this country we have seen a lot of things that begs for questioning when it comes to these elected officials or appointed officials. So for me, when it comes to corruption, I want you to go out there and prove yourself that I am not corrupt as alleged by the government. That's the only solution. So relating politics to it, politics is a game wherein when El-Rufai was in power, he uses whatever he has as well to actually challenge his opposition, the people opposing him, and then take them out of the way so that he can have his way as the governor of the state. If he's contesting another election again, will do this for his opposition. What are the things that I can exploit to be able to get my way out of that position? But when it comes to corruption, everyone being charged for corrupt cases face the music and ensure that they exonerated themselves in the court of law against the court of public opinion, wherein sympathy have been sorted by some of these officials. I am not of those who actually gave myself up for such a situation. No. You should go there. They said you are corrupt. They have said this is the situation when you are governor. You said you are doing this project. You didn't do it. We have seen a lot of things that you will feel like, how did this happen in this country? So I think I will find, for me, the best governor that Northern Nigeria has ever produced. For me, one of the best technocrat, one of the best politicians that Nigeria has. But in this case, personally, for me, that's exactly the reason why I'm using the word for me. So, but when it comes to the, for me as a politician as well, he's one of those we are looking up to. But I think that he should face the music and ensure that he's exonerated.
Okay, before we wrap up on the show this time, I want you to give us your opinion about immunity that some of the government officials enjoy while in power. There are pros and cons to every policy and every rule. But as far as Nigeria is concerned, would you say that we are enjoying the pros of this immunity or the cons? Which one do you think?
Unfortunately, there is no situation. There is no situation in Nigeria that is not being exploited by those who want to exploit it. If you said the immunity should be removed, you tend to have a situation wherein those at the ends of our affair will be challenged by those outside the power,
especially the opposition.
Yeah, and they will continue to distract them from delivering exactly what they have promised during the electoral process. And that's exactly the reason why always when we speak about immunity, I'm always skeptical about where to stand. But you see, all of this has to do with how weak our institutions are. Against building institutions, Nigerian builds individual, and it is easy for those individuals to actually use the institution the way they like at every point in time when they have access or power to those institutions. It's about rebuilding our mindset. It's about knowing exactly what the leadership entails, and you will not have some of these situations that we're having again. But as far as I'm concerned, as of today, as far as I'm concerned, as our democracy is going, I think the immunity is still serving a purpose of ensuring that there is stability in government. So I hope that the people who are enjoying this immunity will take advantage of it and ensure that they do the right thing even when nobody is there to challenge them.
All right, thank you very much. This is where we're going to be joining the coaching on today's review of newspaper headlines and editorials for today and for this month. Thank you so much for always being a part of the program. Thank you, Comrade. Thank you, Ayebola. And from what we've been seeing on the news so far, we could see that security, like we always preach, is not just the should I say responsibility of the government, but also for you and I. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Nigeria continues to face significant circulating variant polio virus at 2 outbreaks. To interrupt the outbreaks, the National Polio Emergency Operations Center, comprising government and partner agencies, coordinating a series of responses through periodic polio vaccination campaigns. The May campaign is scheduled to hold on Saturday, 2nd May to Tuesday, 5th May 2026 across the 16 local governments in Kwara State. This exercise is for children below 5 years of age. 2 drops of the oral polio vaccine will be administered into the mouth of eligible children, irrespective of their previous immunization status, to further boost their immunity against the virus. In view of the above, mothers, fathers, and caregivers should collaborate with health workers and other volunteers. I'll be visiting them during this period to ensure all eligible children are vaccinated. The vaccine is free, safe, and has no overdose. For further inquiries, contact these toll-free numbers: 0816 0096 735, 080 6111. Kwara State Farmer Healthcare Development Agency, with support from UNICEF and ANSA.
I gotta go back to bed. I gotta work.
Pẹ̀lú lílo déédéé, ìdáàbòbò wákàtí 12 Dettol ń ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn fún àyébá àwọn oníjà kòkòrò fún bíi wákàtí 12. Dettol ń ṣe ààbò fún ẹbí rẹ lódì sí bí ọgọ́rùn-ún kòkòrò tí ń fa àìsàn. Dettol, be 100% sure.
The next time you grab the Nescafe Original 3-in-1, shine your eyes because you will find the big surprise that could transform your business or your hustle. Yes, you heard right. Nescafe is investing in people's hustle with the Nescafe Next Level promo. Prizes include business grants, tools for your hustle, free training and masterclass sessions with professionals, and loads of cash. All to ensure Nescafe is with you throughout your hustle. Yes, to enter to stand a chance of winning. Buy the 5-gram Nescafe Original 3-in-1 promotional box. Look inside to find a unique code. Next, dial *7022# and follow the prompt using the unique code. Stay alert for our bi-weekly draws where you could win amazing prizes like cash and airtime, as well as our ground draw where you get to take home the ultimate prize to transform your business. Enter today and enjoy your hustle. Follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for updates and get more information on Nescafe.com. Remember, T&C supply. Nescafe, make your
need to, darling. Yes, sir. This is Jolly Johnny on the streets. How well do you know Maggi chicken flavor? Oh yeah, spell celery. S-E-L-A-R-I-E. Celery. Bros, you want to turn to salary? Okay, spell turmeric.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
R-I-C.
Yes, so correct. One carton of Maggi chicken flavor for you. Maggi chicken with onions, celery, and turmeric. My game changer.
ẹ jẹ́ kí a máa kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa níbikíbi tẹ́ wà tẹ́tí náà fàní àti máa gbọ́ wa yálà nílẹ̀ yìí tàbí nílẹ̀ òkèrè. Olóyìnbó máa sọ nǹkan kan wípé agbára ni a fi ń toni jẹ́ ẹni pé information is power. Tí èèyàn ọba mọ̀ nípa àwọn nǹkan tí ń lọ èèyàn kan máa pàdánù àwọn àǹfààní lọ́lọ́kùn kan tí ń lọ káàkiri ni. Ṣùgbọ́n lásìkò yọpọ́n aṣẹ́ tó ti sún yálà ó fẹ́ ra nǹkan ìlónúlé tàbí fóònù àbóríṣiríṣi nǹkan wọ́n sọ pé àmì ìlówó lọ́wọ́ mi ò lè rí kinní ìrà àǹfààní aláìlẹ́gbẹ́ ó tó dé báyìí láti lè jẹ́ kí wọn náà di ẹni tí ó ní àwọn dúkìá tá a mọ̀ sí properties ṣe yípo làágùn ilé iṣẹ́ kan wà tí a ń pè ní CDK kí ni wọ́n ń kí ẹ̀ fún gan kí ni wọ́n dúró lé lórí jọ́ọ̀ láti ní aṣojú CDK ní inú yàrá agbára pẹ̀lú mi ọ̀gbẹ́ni Abdulhakeem Kokola ẹ bá mi kí gbogbo àwọn ará rẹ.
ẹ kú dédé wòyí o ẹ̀yin ará ní orúkọ mi ní Abdulhakeem Kokola gẹ́gẹ́ bí olóòtú ṣe dárúkọ. application Siriola oníyàgò abayín tí a mọ̀ sí CDCARE application yìí jẹ́ pé ní orí fóònù yín ẹ ní àǹfààní láti wo àti ra àsan díẹ̀díẹ̀ gbogbo nǹkan èlò inú ilé fóònù ní o láptọ̀pù ní o mattress ní o kẹ́tù pọ́ọ̀tù ní o bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ ra àga ó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ ra mọ́tò ó wà àyẹ̀dẹ̀ máa sanwó díẹ̀díẹ̀ láì ní èlé kankan nínú àti wọ́n máa ń fún àwọn oníbàárà onídàájú wípé kí wọ́n lọ sí ojú ọjà kí wọ́n lọ wò pé èló ni wọ́n ń ta àwọn kí wọ́n lọ wò ó tó di pé wọ́n wà á ní àǹfààní pé ọ̀dà bẹ́ẹ̀ máa sanwó kínní ní ọ̀dọ̀ wa àǹfààní sì wà fún wọn láti sanwó láti oṣù méjì sí dé oṣù méjìlá so nǹkan tó wà kárí pé wọ́n fẹ́ láǹfààní láti máa sanwó àǹfààní náà wà fún wọn láti sanwó láti ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì títí di 40 weeks ogójì ọ̀sẹ̀ láti máa sanwó.
mọ́lá bí tí wọ́n kọ́kọ́ san iye kan lẹ̀ ni wọ́n wàá gbé ọjà àwọn àmọ́ sọ yòókù díẹ̀díẹ̀ báwo ẹ ṣeun olóòtú ṣẹ́rí bí a ṣe gbé kalẹ̀ ní wípé oṣù méjì títí di oṣù méjìlá tá a gbé kalẹ̀ tí wọ́n bá ti ń rà tó bá ti ń sanwó dé ìdajì oṣù tán bá mú láàmú gbé ọjà yìí fún wọn tí wọ́n sì máa fi ní àǹfààní láti máa san yòókù fún àpẹẹrẹ tí wọ́n bá mú oṣù méjì wọ́n bá ti sanwó alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ kalẹ̀ ó túmọ̀ sí wípé á gbé ọjà yẹn fún wọn wọ́n san owó yòókù sí tó bá mú oṣù mẹ́rin àǹfààní ọ̀fẹ́ láti san ìkíní kejì tó bá ti san tán á wà gbé ọjà yẹn fún wọn wọ́n á san ìkẹta ìkẹrin lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí wọ́n bá ti ń lo ìkíní lọ́wọ́ àti oṣù mẹ́fà àti oṣù mẹ́jọ àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ bó ṣe wà ní wàsà. kí ni ìdí tí ẹ fi ṣe bá àkókò àwọn kọ́kọ́ san owó lẹ̀ díẹ̀ díẹ̀ lórí pé ẹ gbé ọjà fún wọn.
ẹ ṣeun olóòtú bí nǹkan tá a ṣe ni wípé àwọn pé gbogbo ẹni tó bá ti ń ṣe iṣẹ́ ó yẹ kó ní àǹfààní láti ra àwọn nǹkan owó díẹ̀ díẹ̀ so ẹni tí ó mú oṣù mẹ́rin tó sanwó kìíní kejì fún ọkàn láti balẹ̀ lórí pé eléyìí yóò lè máa sanwó lọ ẹni tó sì fẹ́ pé mo fẹ́ sanwó kìíní tẹ́lẹ̀ kan náà ni ó sì mọ̀ gbé òkan àjọ a sì gbé wá sí ilé rẹ̀ báyìí láì ní dàá láàmú rárá sà.
ṣé àwọn ni wọ́n lọ ná kinní ọ̀nì wọ́n lọ ra nǹkan tí wọ́n fẹ́ ni àbí ẹ̀yin lẹ́ẹ̀ rà fún.
ṣé gbogbo nǹkan rà pátápátá bíi fóònù àti èrò ńlá nǹkan tí gbogbo ẹ̀ pátápátá àwa ti ní gbogbo eléyìí nílẹ̀. a mú fún wọn láǹfààní kí wọ́n lọ wo orú mọ́tò tán bá fẹ́ kọ́lọ̀ tán bá fẹ́ iye tán bá ń pa àlọ́sàn rẹ̀ bí ni pé olóòtú a ti rí oríṣiríṣi pé mọ́tò tí àwọn pípọ̀ rà fún mi kò dá nǹkan kan kò ní jẹ́ pé mọ́tò tí a rà fún yá jẹ́ pé mọ́tò tẹ́ ẹ lọ wá fún ara ní gẹ́gẹ́ bó ṣe jẹ́ ìyẹn tẹ́fì láǹfààní láti máa sanwó rẹ̀ láì ní láàmú rárá.
níbo ni ọ́fíìsì wa wà ní number 2 Adébáyọ̀ road behind ní owó ní boys area off Taiwo Òkè Ìlọrin ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara. Ẹ lè pè wá sórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ 070-748-433-72 070-748-433-72.
olùdíje wá sí wà ní 6 Ike Asogua Anthony Ileku ní ìlú Èkó bẹ́ẹ̀ ni olóòtú ẹ ṣeun olóòtú.
ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́tí láti ẹnu ọ̀gbẹ́ni Abdulhakeem Bukola tẹ́ jẹ́ aṣojú CDK. ìwọ náà má kó lè bàjẹ́ tó ní dúkìá.
ọ̀rẹ́ wa kí ló dé tó ojú kókó báyìí.
ọ̀rẹ́ ó sún ní oje ìyá ìfẹsẹ̀ pé ní gbogbo abọ́ ọ̀dáná wa ní jò gáàsì ní da wa náà ti fẹ́ẹ̀ jẹ tán gbogbo electronics wa ló ti dẹnu kọlẹ̀ owó ni ò sì ṣarajọ yìí kí ni ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀.
CDCARE application àṣírí ọ̀fẹ́ tó sì máa sanwó díẹ̀díẹ̀ ní oríṣiríṣi gadget electronics tó fi gbé wọn ká ọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ kò sì lélẹ̀ lórí o iye ọjà tó ọba rà lọ́mọ dáwọ́ padà o lè sanwó orí èlò tó ọba rà tó fi di oṣù méjìlá
èmi kọ́ o abẹ̀rù àgbà má lẹ́ni kọfí bọ́bí.
ṣùgbọ́n ní báyìí tètè dáná.
Adébáyọ̀ Bọ́sà àárò kéde. Máa ìbá tì mí sí bí ìjà rẹ̀ sáré máa.
Hello.